There's one. Set for stun. She'll be alright. Inform Lord Vader we have a prisoner.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Haas of Props. I'm Buddy, and today I'm going to show you the process I used to assemble this 3D printed version of Princess Leia's blaster from Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. A link to the files used can be found in the description below. Okay, let me take care of that while the video continues. All the files were printed using an Ender 3 3D printer and PLA filament. Once they were all finished printing, I needed to make some slight adjustments to a few pieces in order to make sure that they fit together properly. So I used a rotary tool with a cutting blade to remove excess material from the blaster's body. Before gluing, I used 240 grit sandpaper on all the pieces to smooth away the printing layers. To attach the pieces, I used super glue with zip kicker and a needle nose drop bottle. A drop of zip kicker will harden the super glue almost instantly. First, attach the blaster body to the grip. Once in place, use just a few drops of zip kicker to secure. Next, attach the trigger into its designated slot in the grip behind the trigger guard. Then set this part of the build aside. On the barrel, you will need to remove some plastic so the gear will fit into place. To do this, just use your rotary tool with a cutting blade. To create this gear, I imported the slight adjuster piece into Creality and then adjusted the scale so the new piece would be a ½ inch in diameter, but the height would remain the same. Snip off the peg and glue into place. Next, you want the spiral. This will attach to the end of the barrel where you inserted the small gear. Take your time to line up the pieces before using zip kicker to harden the super glue. Next, attach the two nozzle ring pieces to each other before attaching them to the spiral. When attaching the nozzle, make sure the notch is facing up and the opening faces away from the barrel. Then the barrel is ready to attach to the body. Take your time to make sure the barrel sights are perfectly vertical and everything is in alignment. Attach the small peg beneath the barrel onto the body. The peg has a small notch on one end. This end faces away from the body.
Finally, attach the sight adjuster into its designated space. If you want to fill in the gaps between pieces, apply caulk and then smooth these areas. Once the caulk has dried, use a 2-in-1 fill and sandable primer. This will help cover any remaining print striations. Apply lightly and evenly and avoid overspraying so you don't end up with runs. When the primer has cured, apply layers of glossy black spray paint. When you have a completely dry and covered surface, dry brush some gray acrylic paint onto edges that you think would receive the most wear. Then use light brown acrylic to add carbon burn around the nozzle and any dirt and grime you want. And then you're finished.
Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hit the like and subscribe buttons if you haven't done so yet to see more awesome things coming your way, and follow on Instagram and Twitter.